His inspiration behind the game is the King of Thailand, who has done many things for the people here, and Mr. Tanas followed in that direction, or that mindset of trying to help make life better and fun. Round table ball is multifaceted. It encompasses King Arthur's court. It uses the planets in the scoring system, and the table is round. The game is fun. I've been around the world, and this is the first time I've seen a game that requires you to be so versatile. You don't need to be the biggest or the strongest. You just have to have a good imagination and be very alert, because the game is quick and it goes very fast. I hope you'll enjoy it. We'll move on to the scoring now and the table play of actually how the game is played. Thank you. Welcome back. We'll introduce you to the players of the game of round table ball. First, we have earth. Second, we have water. Third, we have wind. And fourth, we have fire. The way round table ball is started, earth serves first, and going clockwise would be water, wind, and fire. How does one get assigned one of these positions? You draw numbers, and if you draw number 1, it corresponds with earth, so you will be serving first. And all services go to the diagonal zone that you're serving in. For example, all first serves are done with the right hand, forehand or backhand, and it must enter the white service zone diagonally of the other player. If it goes outside of the white zone, then it's a point for the server and a point is taken away from the receiver. If the ball happens to fall on the service line, that's a point for the server if it's not returned by the recipient. If it goes to the left of the line, that's a point for the recipient, and it's a point taken away from the server. If it goes in the dead zone, that's a point given to the recipient, and the server is deducted a point. If the ball goes outside of the service zone, that's also a point for the server, and it's a point deducted from. Okay, as I mentioned, earth would be serving first, right hand, and that would be forehand or backhand. Backhand to the right quadrant of fire, and fire can now serve to, or volley to any position, even back to earth itself. And once the serve is initiated in a respective service zone, the whole table becomes live, except for the red area. These are all dead zones. If you hit into the dead zone, it is a point for the intended recipient. I mean, it could be your own or someone else. The way the table is set up, the angle is really hard to get it in there, so you've got to be really unlucky to serve one into the dead zones. The serves are done clockwise, so earth would go right to right. Then at the next stoppage of play, earth serves again, left to left, and then it would move over to water, and it continues to go around the table until the game is stopped because of knockout, which means someone has accumulated too many negative points, or until someone reaches King Arthur, where someone has compiled all the positive points. The table itself, when you serve, or actually when you volley, the ball can bounce on your end, it can hit the board and come back, but you then have to volley the ball into another zone. Okay, if it 2 bounces, 1, 2, then that's a point for whomever volleyed the ball to you, and you're deducted deducted a point. It's a fast-moving game. Once the ball is actually served, it can go anywhere. It doesn't have to stay within any pattern other than on serves. Serve right-handed first, left-handed second, and it must rotate clockwise. And other than that, that's it. On your serve, if you serve into your own area, that's a point taken away from you, and the intended recipient receives a point. If you serve and the ball hits the net, it's like tennis. It's called a let. You're given another chance to serve. But on that second consecutive let, then it becomes a point score for the recipient, and you yourself, the server, are deducted. Okay. You've heard the first aspect or the first